Deep sea animals come in strange forms that make you wonder, why do they look like this? All these unusual traits are a product of the environmental challenges animals face in the deep sea. The first such challenge is the pressure. For each 10 meters of depth, there's another atmosphere of pressure. In the lower layers of the ocean, this can become really immense. There's also a lack of light because the water absorbs the sunlight. At a certain depth, no light will penetrate through the water and it's in complete darkness. The top layer of the ocean is known as the sunlight zone, and because of the abundance of light, the most photosynthetic plankton live there. They make up the base of the food web, so consequently that's where most other marine organisms live. About 90% of marine life exists in the sunlight zone. In the lower depths, there are fewer organisms and they're much farther spread out, so it's harder for the animals that live there to find prey or mates. Now let's take a look at how they survive these challenges. To survive the pressure, their body structure is specialized to be soft and flexible so that it doesn't get crushed. Their tissues are usually very gooey and liquid-like for the same reason. They must be flexible and not brittle. Even their cells must be flexible, so the lipids in their cell membranes must be less saturated, as saturated fats are more solid and brittle. The blobfish is a prime example of the soft body type. When it's brought to land, it appears to be a melted goo. In the deep sea, its gooey flesh is compressed into shape and it's able to withstand the pressure. Since the lack of light means that the deep sea is less habitated, the main food sources available consist of marine snow, which is bits of decaying biomatter from the organisms above that float down to be consumed by filter feeders or scavenged at the seafloor, and the rare other organisms that can be found in the deep sea to prey on. Hunters in the deep sea encounter prey less frequently, so they need to conserve their energy. Ambush predation is a popular strategy where they lay in wait and lure things in with bioluminescent lures. They tend to move very slowly to preserve energy, and some have distensible stomachs that can stretch to consume whatever prey they find, so they don't have to be picky. Deep sea creatures also can't be picky when choosing mates, because it's very hard to find another of their species. So some creatures have the ability to change their sex in order to mate with whatever partner they find. The anglerfish has an interesting mating strategy. The female anglerfish will release a scent to attract males, and the males, which are much smaller, will attach to her body and fuse to it. The male gets his nutrients from the female, and he provides sperm so that they can reproduce. And for a variety of animals, bioluminescent signals are key to finding and recognizing a mate. A unique predatory usage of bioluminescence is performed by the stoplight loosejaw. It produces red light, which is very rare. Red is the lowest energy of light on the visible light spectrum, and so it doesn't penetrate very far into the water. No red light can reach the deep, so many organisms who live there have eyes which are not developed to see it. So since the stoplight loosejaw both produces and sees red light, it can use it to search out prey without being seen. The deep sea environment is one of the least explored on Earth. New discoveries are made on nearly every mission that explores it. I encourage you to keep researching and dive deeper into the fascinating topic of the deep sea.